Hello YouTube, Fuzzfinger here, and today we're going to have a bash at the fishing side quest in Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age, and the reason for this is because it does actually give us a reward which, used in combination with some rewards from some of the super bosses we've been taking down, will actually allow us to collect a powerful item. So I hope you enjoy watching the video. If you do, please don't forget to hit the like button, and we'll get on with today's show. Right, so to do this hunt, there's a person we need to speak to, but I would highly advise that you save this quest until after you've defeated Gilgamesh. The reason for that is that the fishing can get a little bit tedious, and one of the things that we're going to need to start fishing only actually becomes available once Gilgamesh has been defeated, once that hunt, the battle on the big bridge, has been completed. So if you do this before that point, you're going to end up coming back in order to fish the same places again. So what I recommend is do that Gilgamesh hunt. There's a video on my channel showing you how to do that. In fact, there's two videos, a part 1 and a part 2 for how to take down Gilgamesh. It's quite a challenging encounter. But whether you're doing that first or not, regardless, in order to start this quest, you want to head over to the Dalmasca Ester Sands. Just use the orange save crystal, and that'll bring you to the South Bank village. And we're going to want to speak to this Ruxel fella right here. Hello there, I'll never forget your help with those cactoids. I forgot to mention you need to have completed the cactoid side quest as well. If you haven't done that, then go watch my video on how to get the Barheim Key. It's only a 20-minute video, but I actually go through in that video how to complete this cactoid quest as well. That's one of the other prerequisites for doing this fishing. I've got my son piloting the ferry, and I have a lot of time on my hands. I thought about taking up fishing, but I don't have a rod. You have any other ideas? So this fella needs a rod, and fortunately, I actually know where we can get one. So once we've spoken to him, Ruxel that is, we're going to head over to Balfenheim Port. So we're just going to go teleport, dum-de-dum-de-dum, the port at Balfenheim. And what we're going to be doing now is looking for a fishing enthusiast in Balfenheim Port area. So if I just bring up the main map here. And we're going to basically head down south in order to do this, so we can just speed up the game. And into the next area down south as well. Just to slow down a bit, that's getting a bit too tricky to control there. Right then, so somewhere around here we have the fishing enthusiast. Ah, there we go, look. So we'll go ahead and speak to this NPC, and we do need to do so a couple of times. Bahamut, I'm a shipwright by trade, so I know a bit of the seas, but I've never heard of a place by that name. Speak again. What? Have you some business with me? Ah, you noticed. This here rod was made specially for catching Belfunk catfish. It's a rare work of art, this is. Harder to get hold of one of these than it is a masterwork blade, to hear some tell it. Perhaps you are wanting a rod such as this. Sorry to disappoint you, but there's little chance of that. I don't know why I'm doing a stupid accent while reading that dialogue, but there you go. Right then, so once we spoke a couple of times, then we should be able to go and grab the rod. Actually, no, not yet, we can't. We need to go over to the aerodome, but don't actually go into the aerodome. I know this sounds strange. Just get as close as you can, and then head back over to the person with the fishing rod, the enthusiast, as she likes to be known. And what's this? Enthusiast has gone. But we can now loot the fishing rod. The Muramata. Okay, so we've got what we came for. We're going to head back to Ruskell at this point. Here we are, all back at South Bank Village. We'll speak to Ruxel. Oh, it's you. I'm still trying to find a way to pass the time. How have you been? You brought me a fishing rod? Well, I'll be. Thanks, boy. Well, what do you think? Not bad, eh? Look like a proper fisherman, if I do say so myself. Right kind of you, boy. And now we'll speak again to Ruxel. Hello, my boy. Come for some fish from our Ruscal. So we'll just... we can go through how does it work. I'm not going to bother, actually. We just have to input commands on the screen as they come up. And at the moment, we only have one location, which is downstream. But more will become available. We need to get 5 perfect commands inputted in order to unlock the next location. But as they come up, basically Varm will shout out to Ruxel what it is he needs to do. And that will take the form of the commands that we have to input on the controller. And you basically have to do it before it leaves the screen. Now, because we have... I did that wrong because of talking. Because we have killed Gilgamesh, there's also a chance of a coloured bottle to show up. And if that happens, I'll show you what we do next. But so far, it hasn't, obviously. So we'll just do another one. Oh, that's it. That's the last one. Okay, so if we need to do 5 in total perfect ones, and that will unlock the midstream. So just do the same thing again, but I'll try not to make any mistakes. So I'll do it off camera. I don't have to commentate then at that point. Right, okay, so I got some perfect ones on this occasion. And I believe we might have also got a bottle or 2 as well, so we'll see what that's about. Quite a catch today. We make a good team, you and me. Look, 2 empty bottles. Oh, and here's what was shining down on the riverbed. You spotted it. It's yours. A high potion. Wonderful. So as you can see, you do get some other rewards as well from doing this particular side quest. But obviously you need to do more perfects. So I'm not actually going to do this just yet. Okay, so on this occasion I actually got my first special bottle. We get the blue bottle. There's multiple colours to gain in total, so we do need to get them all in order to complete the quest. There's a blue bottle, a green bottle, a red bottle, a yellow bottle and a black bottle. So we need all of those colours, which we can get at any point during this fishing expedition, which is why I recommend you do so after Gilgamesh, because you can't get these bottles beforehand. You can get the empty bottles, but but with nothing in them. So I do recommend doing this afterwards, otherwise you have to come back to do all this fishing again. Okay, looks like I've got my next coloured bottle, this time the green one. And an empty one as well, which I'm not interested in. So that's 2 of the colours that we've got. Wow, I'm flying through these colours actually. So now we get the red one as well. Hopefully we'll have all these quite quickly. Okay, next up, the yellow one. So I think it's just the black to go now. And I'm hoping this will be the last one. Yeah, so you can't actually get duplicates. After that I was very lucky. I've got all the colours now. But I still need to get this game perfected a few more times in order to go ahead and unlock the next destination. Right, okay, once you've perfected that game 5 times, and you don't need to get it perfect 5 times in a row just at any point, then the midstream will become available. So we'll go ahead and select that next. And obviously at this point things are going to be getting a little bit more on the tricky side, and you might even have some more commands to enter. So just bear that in mind. And this time we have some of the shoulder buttons as well. See, that's pretty tricky now. The ones that go up, you don't actually get much time either. So a lot of this game is just down to practice, really. You really need to know your PlayStation controller well in order to master this one. So we won't get anything brilliant this time because we did fail on that first one, or the second one, wasn't it? So let's try again, but I'll do it off camera. Right, I believe actually one more perfect midstream run is all we're going to need in order to unlock the upstream. And we're not going to do upstream today because there's another part of the quest we need to do really before that. Well, we don't need to do upstream, but it's a good idea to, because then we can make the most out of upstream by getting another quest item. So this is the order I'm doing it all in, and hopefully it will all make sense eventually. So this one is actually quite challenging. which is why I messed up with when I commentated, but now I've had some practice. Hopefully I can do this one. That's 2. So we need to do this 6 times to get a perfect. And the shoulder buttons can be confusing. And also the area of the screen it appears in can throw you off. But hopefully we've got this one. The last one you can go a little bit slower, you haven't got to rush on that. So we did that, got a perfect again. He's happy, look. Quite a catch today, we make a good team, you and me. Get our reward. 100 gil, nothing too exciting. But hopefully if we speak to him now... Yes, we can actually fish upstream at this point. So that's good to know. Just speak to him to make sure that you've unlocked it. And we can basically come back to him now in the future. So we've been collecting those coloured bottles. They're actually going to hint us, or give us some hints to some locations we need to go in order to loot some stuff. And that's going to allow us to eventually get a new fishing rod. So we'll do that in the next part of this fishing series. Just make sure to prepare for that you do have both the upstream unlocked, although you don't need to fish in there at this point, although you can if you want, but you don't need to. And also that you have those coloured bottles. That's the blue, the green, the yellow, the black and the red bottles. 5 bottles in total. So thanks for joining me today, guys. I hope this has been helpful for you. If it has, don't forget to hit the like button and be subscribed to the FuzzfingerGaming YouTube channel. And I look forward to being back with you again soon. Cheers all. Goodbye.